Starting off the new year with some brand new tools from Lisle. Today we've got 5 new tools, well, 4 tools and a piece of clothing to look at from Lisle, just releasing for January of 2024. So guys, to start off with, we're going to do a general overview of what we've got here, pricing, and what the tool is. Then we'll break down each individual one, look at them more closely. Links will be in the description below for all of the tools here for any you might want to pick up yourself. Starting off, we've got the GM 59560 stretch belt tool. This is for the newer 2019 plus GM 5.3, 6.2, and 6.6 gas engines. Next, we've got the 44880. This is a universal lift support clamp with magnets. So they've had this tool in the past. This one has a magnet now. Will support up to a 9/16 inch hood rod. If you got a sagging hood and it won't stay open, you clamp that on there and it'll keep it open for you. Moving on, we've got the new Super Ultra Soft Brush 89580 coming in at $15.22. Lisle has a lot of these brushes in the past that are a little bit coarser, great for parts washers, but this is an ultra soft brush for getting in and detailing stuff without scratching up or harming anything. Next, we've got something I'm pretty excited about, Lisle Crew Socks. All of you know that follow me for any amount of time know that I absolutely love snap-on socks, and I wear them basically every day. So, gonna be excited to try out these Lisle socks and see how comfy they are, how they compare to the snap-on socks, and if they'll win my heart, and I'll start wearing them every day like I do the snap-on socks. These are going for $16.45 a pair. And last but not least, the tool I am most excited for, that is the new 34720 Injector Seal Installer. This is for direct fuel injectors. Any of you with a BRZ or a newer WRX or any of the newer direct fuel injected Subarus, you have a one-time use seal on the end of those direct injectors, and this is the tool you need to install the new injector seal. So let's go ahead and look at each one of these individually and talk a little bit more about them. So we'll start off looking at the 89160 Crew Socks, again coming in at $16.45. Which, to start off, I think is a little spendy for the socks. If I recall correctly, I think the last pair of snap-on socks I bought were like $6.50 a pair, maybe $10 a pair. These are really going to blow my socks off to justify me getting any more at that price tag. But we'll see how they are compared to the Snappies. So, right off the bat, they feel super soft. Really, really soft. They've got this ribbing here over the top of the foot, where it's the snap-ons don't. They have a little knit toe and a knit heel in the snap-ons, but they don't have this elastic across the top of the foot. Got the big Lisle logo here across the sole. We got Lisle up here at the ankle, at the calf, and across the top we've got Redback, because Redback is manufacturing these socks for Lisle, obviously, because their branding is still on the toe. If you've been on the Matco truck, they sell the Redback socks. These are the ones with the bamboo fibers in them. Can't wait to throw these in the wash and try them on and see if they will dethrone my beloved snap-on work socks. Next up is that 59560 AC stretch belt installer tool for the 2019 plus 5.3, 6.2, and 6.6 liter GM V8s. Gasoline on the 6.6. This doesn't work on the Duramax. This is $20.35. Once again, it is made in the US of A. I do not have a 2019 plus GM V8 to show you this tool in action, but if you look on the back here, it just slides onto the harmonic pulley, the harmonic balancer, and holds that stretch belt in place where you can put a socket and a ratchet on the crank bolt and rotate that around to pop on those aggravating stretch belts that I wish all the manufacturers would get away from. Subaru did that for a while. I don't think the newer Subarus are doing the stretch belt, but I know that 2017 STI I just picked up does have a stretch belt for the AC, which is going to be a big pain in the butt because you have to cut off the old belt or stretch it out to the point that it's really pretty useless to get it back on there. And it's a one-time use thing. I really don't like that. So a good thing with that STI is they kept the 2 mounting holes for the AC belt tensioner, and I've got plenty of those tensioners and plenty of those bolts, so I'm going to revert my new STI from a stretch belt AC belt to a one that has a tensioner where I can replace it. But this one will be great for all of the newer 2019 plus GM vehicles. Next up is the 89580 Atlasta Ultra Soft Brush. Now, if you're familiar with Lisle's brushes, they have a range of parts washer brushes that are normally coarser on the end. They have a standalone brush, and they have one that's got a plug in the back to run your parts washing fluid through the hose into the brush where it comes out, where you can apply the fluid as you brush the part. This is now their new Ultra Soft bristle one, and it really is super soft on the end here. This is, again, $15.22. So this is more geared towards chrome parts or polished parts. It's not going to scratch up those parts like the coarser parts cleaner brush. This would be more for detailing, like cleaning around chrome or polished wheels without, scuffing up or scratching anything, getting around lug nuts and crevices and stuff like that to get rid of brake dust. Probably a whole host of other applications for it as well, but pretty neat little brush coming in at only $15.22. Second to last, we've got the Universal Lift Support Clamp, the 44880, coming in again at $17.72. They've had this tool out for a while. This is a new one that has a magnet in there to help clip it onto that rod before you tighten down the screw. You got this nice flag here to remind you to remove this thing before you go slamming the hood and bending the customer's hood or tearing up their already defunct hood strut. Not that I've done that before, but way back years and years ago when I was a greenhorn just starting out in the field, I had an issue where I was working on an old Chrysler Concorde or LHS, and it had busted hood struts, and I was using a pair of vice grips to clamp down the hood shock to keep the hood open, and I must not have clamped it good enough and only clamped it on one side. Those things had really big, really heavy hoods, and it came down on that clamp. I lucked up, and it did not scratch the fender or bend the hood up, but it really scared me something fierce. Of course, again, this tool is made in the USA and will support up to a 9/16 of an inch hood rod. We'll go out and demo it real quick just so you can see what it's all about. Last but certainly not least is the 34720 Injector Seal Installer Kit. Again, this is the most expensive tool releasing in the new releases for January. This is $64.31, but it is great for you BRZ, WRX owners, and anyone with a newer 2019 plus Subaru with a direct fuel injection on them. This is a direct fuel injector out of an FA20 from a BRZ. This is cylinder 3 injector. These injectors have these little nylon O-rings on the end, or flat seals, and they're a one-time use thing. Once you pop this out of the cylinder head, you've got to throw it away and install a new one. Some of them have 2 seals, some of them only have 1. I believe the WRX has double seals. The BRZ has singles. I'm pretty sure it's doubles for the turbocharged application, single for the NA applications. Well, what this kit does is allow you to install the new nylon seal here. So what it is nylon, of course, is pliable, stretchable. Well, what happens with the new seal is you have to slightly stretch that new seal to get it over this part of the injector to seat right here in this little groove. Well, once you stretch it out, it's too big to go down in the bore in the cylinder head, so you have to resize or shrink that nylon seal. So the toolkit comes with everything you need to install the new injector seal. So you grab the appropriate sized cone here that slides over the injector that helps to push that new seal on there, get it over any of the sharp metal edges without tearing the seal. So you'd put this cone on here, put your new seal on the end. There is a pusher tool here. You use that pusher tool to press that new seal up and over the hump and onto its final resting spot right here in the groove. Well, once you've done that, again, like I said, you've stretched that seal out because it had to stretch over this part to sink down into this cone, or this tapered area where it sits. So now you have to resize that seal. Now there's two resizers. With this one, you need to start off with the forward one here, and you will just slide it over and work it down, and it will size that seal back down. From there, you'll take the second seal resizer and you will slide it over and press it down until it's snug, and that will resize it to the correct size where you can go ahead and install it down in the cylinder head bore, and you're all set. Now, if you've got a turbocharged application like the WRX that has the double seals, you just pick the cone that will go over to press that first seal to the first lip, and you'll do the process twice rather than once. So you'll need to pick out two different cones, one to slide it past the first lip, and then the next cone to put it on the lip here, like I just showed with this one. Super, super handy tool on these newer vehicles with direct fuel injection, a must-have for these direct injectors and installing the new seals. So there you have it, guys, a quick look at all the newly released tools from Lisle for January 2024. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited about, what your favorite is of these new tools. Are you ready to get your feet nice, cozy, and warm for this winter with the Lisle socks? Or you want to resize and install your new seals on your direct fuel injectors with the new Injector Seal Kit? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.